New project. Oh yeah. Definitely gonna finish this. So we got a little project here. Right there. So this weeping rock, usually we gap right over it. There's nothing you can do about it. I tend to fill all this in with a lot of big gravel. So what I'm gonna do is I have a trench over here. I'm gonna dig this out today. Right, make it nice and clean. I have another trench over here. I'm gonna dig that one out. That's gonna help maintain water on that side, over there, towards the bramble. But this weeping rock, there's not much we can do about it. This tends to stay dry if I do maintain this stuff here. Like I said, I haven't been to this trail in a couple of years. I just haven't been into building, riding, and such and so forth after working 320 plus days a year, you know. It's just the way it is. Hey guys, wiping my face again here. You know, when you build a trail, it's good to just maintain it. A lot of people tend to build trail, and they don't stop, and then they get a backlog of things that they can't maintain. It's like a common thing with people that build trail. Well, for myself, that's not the case. For myself, I got kids, family, responsibilities, and I built 2 trails in Prince Rupert. The one I built last year gets maintained. It's right behind my house. It's really easy. And this one here up on the mountain, it's not as accessible to me. I mean, it really is in town. We have a small town, but with work and kids and such, it's not accessible for me to come up here for a few hours. But right now I'm off work, trying to rehab my body back, and you know, during this journey of being in that mode, I've found love to come back out here. Um, I really do love it out here. My fiance definitely thinks it's good for me. She sees me, at least if I'm tired and hurting, but I'm happy. And I gotta get riding. I haven't ridden in 2 years, if not longer. 4, 5 years, maybe more. Yeah, I had a fat bike, but I have a fat bike, but not like a downhill bike. And now I have a downhill bike. It's an older one, but you know, it's something that's new to me, and I'm gonna learn it. I built this trail specifically for like fun downhill stuff. When I had my first downhill bike, I really enjoyed it. So why not? Let's fix this baby. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little work here. That's like number one. If this is all dug out and trailed in that way, this never gets wet. Now let's see why. When I come down here, this is nice and dry, but it's wet. It gets wet, gets a little loose right here. I have a lot of sediment built up in there, so I'm just gonna dig that out. This won't weep as much. As you can see, when we have a lot of rainy periods, which we do in Prince Rupert, the water comes down here and erodes this away, which, you know, technically to me it doesn't bother it, because this is actually turning out to be really nice. I dug out a lot of this stuff to use the material and found out there's a nice big slab under here. So it's like a mini slab for, you know, the intermediate novice riders that don't want to take you know, what's this, 20-foot drop or whatever. No, it's not a 20-foot, but it's like a 10-foot drop to a 15 to 20 feet landing. So I noticed that somebody's been riding straight down the face and out, which is fine, I guess. But we are going to, I threw a lot of material in here a couple of weeks ago for my friend Kenny, and he says he's been flattening out on his Orbea, so his trail bike's been hitting it hard. When I DH, I tend to land down there, right where the dark stuff starts with the light stuff, and there's a nice sweet spot just up by this fern. So I'm actually going to work this area in here, and I think I'm going to put a log in there, right there, to crib it, and start laying some logs. We have a lot of logs, like we have these trees that have fallen down like all over the bloody place. So yeah, you know, although the tree doesn't stand up, there's another big one, pocket 3 or 4 of them over there it fell down. I'm gonna crib it up, stack them up like I did before, make a nice little bit of a level here. I didn't really want to, because this face turns out really nice, gets nice moss, looks really nice to jump off there, but that needs to be built up. And then I'm worried if I just build up like a landing, somebody's gonna ride down here and smash their face in there. So yeah, I'm gonna show some progress in this, and I'm gonna get to work. Peace. As you can see, I raked a little bit in here, raked in some of this pebble and gravel. I'll build up this berm. This berm here hasn't been built. It's been sitting there for 5-6 years. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. So I power raked all this down, and there was a little bit of erosion coming through here from the water that we talked about up there. So I power raked some to fill in there, just the gravel, and then I'm gonna actually put in some dirt and clay on top of that to cap it. But here is where we're gonna build this crib, or I'm gonna build the crib here and fill that crib, top it with some gold, bring it all the way down here, and then hopefully we can tie in this novice line right here coming in. We'll tie that in just past the crib coming down to here. And keep in mind, right next to the stump, this is where I used to like to land. So I think I'm gonna kind of make a little bit of a landing there. Yeah, in 15 minutes, wipe your fish skin. 15 minutes of raking maybe, and it cleans up the trail a lot. So when you hear no dig, no ride, and you get discouraged, grab a shovel, grab a rake, for God damn it, and help out. 15 minutes, clean it up. For you builders out there that are hearing me, you're like, yeah, don't worry about it. No, seriously, these kids need to get off their butts and go on their bikes, ride, and appreciate what they're riding, and realize that they're damaging the trails enough that it just takes a little bit of maintenance, and it makes the trails so sweet again. I came out here, built this in 2012, hopes that somebody would take over and continue maintaining it, and people just rode it until it just overgrew and nobody rode it afterwards. And my responsibility, either let it go back to the nature or come out here and maintain it. Let's get some more progress.